One more question is there. It's about, can you tell me what is Hinduism and Sanatana Dharma? Because both are a kind of contradictory or opposites. Upanishads say we are God, and Hinduism speaks of dualism, Advaita, Advaita, Vishishtadvaita, all kinds of things we speak about in Puranas. Can you tell the significance of what are Puranas? Should we believe in it? Is it real? I believe in Puranas because it is also a drama of Brahman. But what is this Purana should we read? We should follow Sanatana Dharma, that is, we are God. Then why Indians forgot Sanatana Dharma and how Hinduism started? That's a very good question, and that is important question too at this juncture. See, when Rishis started this Vedic knowledge that they received, they only knew of one supreme God, self, which is Brahman. And beyond that, they only knew of some other natural forces which help you to sustain and function in this world. Like eyes see, nose have the prana, vital forces, ears can find the directions. Similarly, excretory organs are there, their genitals are there. Then you have other functions like your skin is there. So, mind is there, which you think. They all knew these things. So they called them all as one God. That's why Devata, it comes from the word called Diva. Diva means that which illumines. Illumines means it makes us realize or understand something. Like eyes illumine this mic. I can see the mic means my eyes are illumining this mic. That is how Vedantic language is used. Illumine doesn't mean that I put a torch on it, therefore it is shining. Illumine means it reveals to us. Eyes reveal the colors and forms and shapes to us. Ears reveal the sounds and directions to us. Nose reveals the smell as well as reveals the energy of the universe. It comes through prana, oxygen, and that prana becomes in 5 types and takes care of the functions. Like that, each of these things reveals something to us. The skin reveals the sense of touch. So all these are there. So they were called as Diva. From Diva came the Deva and Devatas. So in the Upanishads and Vedantas, the original most, there is no personal God to anyone. There is only a universal God, the Supreme Brahman, who manifested himself in various types of forces. Like electricity manifests as light energy, heat energy in an oven, or cool energy in a refrigerator, or sound energy in the mic system. So these are all various forms of electricity. That is why it's ekam rupam bahudha yat karoti. That one became many. That's the truth our Vedantins knew, the original Vedic rishis knew. Now what they saw over a period of time, because as the minds deteriorated from the para to pashyanti to madhyama to the vaikari, as the devolution started, originally there were no distractions. The human was born and he was only thinking of who this creator of this universe is, and they were all lost in that thought. But with the passage of time, the sense and sense objects became important for them. Earlier they were eating to live. Then they started living to eat. Earlier they were using their senses only to realize God. Now their senses have become most important. They are using God to realize their goals in life. Earlier God was the goal. Now God is the medium to realize other things which have become the goal. So deterioration happened. That is what say from Kruta Yuga, Satyuga, Dwapara. Finally we have come to this Kali Yuga. It is the lowest point. It's a Kala Chakra. It comes down and further, again it will improve after some time, like seasons change. Now you cannot say why seasons change. That is how the natural law, that is how Brahman has conceived this universe. You can't ask Brahman questions. Why did you do that? Then he will tell it's all his dream, you realize me, and then you will be free from all this duality. No questions will remain in your head. Vidyate hridayaganthi chidyate sarva samshaya shiyante chasya karmani. That is what will happen to you. If you are so confused and you have too many questions, realize me, all your questions will dissolve. All your confusions will go away. That is the best way. That is what Brahman will tell you. How did I do? Why did I do? Why not that way? Why not this way? You want to know? Become me, you will come to know. That's why he says, Kasminnu bhagavu vigyate sarvamidam vijñatam bhavati. What should I know? That I know everything else. No God, no Brahman. All questions will be answered. This is the Upanishad Vani. So Rishis started there, and that was Sanatana Dharma. And people knew that the only thing that they need to know in this world after having been born in a human body is to realize that they are none other than Brahman. Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya, Jivo Brahmaiva Naparaha. This is all that was the goal of life at that point in time. This Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha and all are not going to appear in the original Vedantic part of it. They are all later. Why? Because people started forgetting the main goal, because their senses started dragging them everywhere. They wanted to enjoy through their senses, and slowly they are forgetting the very purpose for which they came on earth. And now, to control these people, you have to bring some concepts of papa, punya, good and bad, punishments and rewards. Otherwise, people won't listen. See, if there is no traffic signal and no traffic police, you think people will behave themselves? No, you go first, I'll go after you. No, everybody wants to go first then. Then there is a confusion, traffic jam and fights and all kinds of... So then what happened, the next level, when the devolution had begun, from the, as I explained yesterday, in Krita Yuga, rishis were only busy doing meditation on divine and wanted to realize divine. But the demonic forces were not happy, because they also had a role to play in the drama. Their role was to stop these people from doing these good things. So demonic forces were troubling. So the avatar will come once in a while. Like in cinema, you see, the hero is illusion, villain is illusion, heroine is illusion. I don't know. But then the hero-heroine will fall in love, and then villain has to appear on the scene some point of time and trouble the heroine. Then what will happen? The hero will become superhero and kill the villain. Movie gets over. In between, all the dancing and singing happens, and crying and laughing happens. That's all. So this is how the play of universes. Man came into the world to realize God. Forgot, this villain of the mind came in the picture, with all these senses, and started troubling. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsara were created. Now the fight started. Whenever man was becoming weak, once in a while he cried out, like a heroine cries out to the hero. Like that, Brahman appears like a hero then. Wait, I will save you. And then he becomes Vishnu, Shiva, all kinds of forms he takes, and takes care of all the problem, and then goes away. And then what happens? Story goes on. Everything is happy. Villain is dead. Heroine is saved, and hero is glorious. Now what happened? This one movie in a year, every day we want to watch a movie. So one more movie starts next day. Tamil movie, Kannada movie, English movie, Hindi movie, Bengali movie, Gujarati movie, Marathi movie. Like that, the same story goes on in different languages for those people. Likewise, different people going through their lives' experiences, prayed, and that Brahman manifested as different gods and saved them. So some people have great faith in Devi, saying that she is the one Mahishasura Maridini, because some Rakshasa Mahishasura was troubling them somewhere. Some people are only interested in Krishna, why Kalinga Mardana, or the Kamsa Mardana, or Chandura Mardana. So that is somebody else's who has been associated with Krishna. Like that, when God came at different points in time to preserve, protect the virtuous and to destroy the evil, Dharma Samsthapanarthaya, when he came again and again, those people who liked that particular hero's acting, they went behind him, because he was from their region and they will watch his movies only. So think of it like a big, great cosmic entertainment. An infinite forms God takes and plays his role. And infinite is the ways of the mind in which it obstructs the way of God. And infinite are the ways in which man suffers in this world. So this is how infinite movies are going on in this cosmic multiplex. Now what happens? Shiva Bhaktas who have been benefited because of worship to Shiva, they are not going to listen to Vishnu's stories. Vishnu Bhaktas are not going to listen to the same movie, same story. But God's idea of bringing different forms was that you people are getting lost in this world. You are not even thinking of God. At least some interest you will show if I come in whatever form you like. Suppose the child is not eating food, doing drama. What will mother do? She'll make the chapati in the shape of a bear and say, here is a teddy bear. Today you are going to eat teddy bear. Oh, I'm going to eat teddy bear. He'll eat the chapati. Tomorrow she'll make a star out of it. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. He'll eat that chapati. Then third day she'll make something else out of it. A football, a bat. That's how they entertain the child, to make the child eat the food. Otherwise, child is not eating the food. Like that, God understood this. Brahman understood. These human beings with their minds have been totally lost. And they are not thinking of God at all now. Therefore, how to attract them to the idea of God? Whichever way they like, let them worship. So he gave the flexibility and freedom to everybody. That's where Hindu Dharma came into picture. Hindu Dharma is about Nama Rupa. All dharmas are about some Nama Rupa only. But that is Jagat side only. So all Hinduism is born out of this Nama Rupa business. And when was it born? Hinduism got organized into a religion after the attacks, invasion started from the other side of the river Sindhu. So Persians cannot pronounce sa, they only call it ha. They don't have sa, so they will not call Sindhu river, they will call it Hindu river. That Hindu river has become into, so all those who lived on the other side of Hindu river, they were called Hindus. And what was the common trait? They used to worship a name and a form as God. And they used to speak a common language like Sanskrit or similar to Sanskrit. And their rituals and rites were quite similar, fire worship, yajnas, yagas and archanas. So these are very common. So all of them in one basket, they categorize them all as Hindus. So idea is that we were not called Hindu. In fact, in any Upanishad, Veda, Vedanta, Puranic scriptures, nowhere there is a mention of word called Hindu. Nowhere. Till today. It all came into existence only recently. Couple of 100 years ago, when people were those who were not Christians, or were not Muslims, or was not following other religions which infiltrated eventually, or Buddhist followers or Jain followers, they were all categorized into one category called Hindus. And these Hindus have had a similar worshipping and other thing like Hindu gods, Shiva, Vishnu, and these, because Shiva, Vishnu, all these also came into picture from the point of view that if there is something, somebody has to create it, somebody has to manage it, somebody has to destroy everything. Srishti, Sthiti, Laya. Actually, Brahman only is doing everything in his mind. We all know that by now. But then to call them as different forces and then believing in those forces and then giving them a name and form, and then slowly it became concretized. And that is how they have become worshippers of those. These are all like the poles of the pole vault. Which pole you use is not important. Idea is that you jump across. But now we are lost in this whole business of which god or which sect is better than mine, and that is purely selfishness. Because today also it happens like that. See, what is this, all this Jativada, casteism. So Sanatana Dharma came much before all these things. Before Christians came into picture, before Muslims came into picture, before any world religion, Hinduism came into picture, Sanatana Dharma was there. Now you will say, but in Vedas also there are mentions of Shiva, like we chant Rudram. Rudram is not Shiva. Rudram is actually a force of nature, which is destructive force. And that force has been now superimposed on Shiva because Shiva as a god represents destruction, Laya. Therefore, all the things that are associated with destruction have been attached to Shiva. Vishnu is about sustenance. All the nice things have been associated with Vishnu. Brahma is about thought, mind, with which everything was generated. So everything has been associated with that. Then Devi came as another picture, who was the force, the power behind Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. So that Saraswati is the knowledge power. Then Durga is the destructive power, and Lakshmi is the propitiating or the protecting power. So like that, each of these Shaktis came into picture. So all this has been created over a period of time. If you think from all point of view and go back to the original Vedanta, all these are superimpositions on the truth called Brahman. There is nothing beyond that. That is all it is. So then you say, should we worship these gods or not? See, as I said, if you can use that as a pole vault to jump across, well and good. If worshipping Lakshmi is helping you to ask for moksha from that Lakshmi and not dhana and dhanya and samtana and sampadi, then possibly that is a way. So the religion was created with the idea to, one, to discipline people, and two, to control the masses. How? By disciplining them. Do this, you will get punya. Do that, you will get papa. Rewards and punishments. That's how hell and heaven got created. That if you do good, you will go to heaven. If you do bad, you will go to hell. But all this was not there in Sanatana Dharma. Sanatana Dharma said, whatever you do, accordingly you are going to experience. Therefore, Vedantins are the best. They are very clear. That all this is only primary school syllabus. Till then it is okay. You worship some god, you do some rituals, you follow certain path and faith, all right. But at the end of it all life you cannot be in primary school. You have to grow up. So Vedanta is a clarion call for you to grow up out of this body, mind and ritual concept and religion concept into the concept of oneness of all. That is Vedanta. So the philosophy, the core strength of Indian thought was Sanatana Dharma, is Sanatana Dharma, and will always remain Sanatana Dharma. And it believes in the presence of only one super conscious awareness, which is called Brahman. And everything else is nothing but its modifications, superimpositions, distortions, deviations from that one Brahman. So the whole idea is that the goal of life is to see through all the clutter of these distractions and realize that we are just one, that Brahman and nothing else. Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. This was so very well Shankaracharya put it. Shlokardena Prakshami. In half a shloka I am telling you the truth. Yaduktam Grantha Kotibhihi, which has been written in crores of books. In half a shloka, let me tell you. Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya Jivo Brahmaiva Napara. Brahman alone is truth. World is an illusion, superimposition on that Brahman, like a dream is an illusion or a magic show is an illusion. World is an illusion, and you think you are a Jiva, this Vishishtadvaitis. I am Jiva, that is Paramatma, I am a Jivatma. No, you are also Paramatma only. This is the ultimate, this is one line essence of Sanatana Dharma. If somebody asks you what is Sanatana Dharma, say this. Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. That's all is Sanatana Dharma. So religions were schools which were teaching the subject. Each school has its own uniform and your own building, by teaching medium, English, Kannada, Telugu, whatever. And your own prescribed textbooks are there. And teachers of the particular school behave in a particular way. Timing, timetable, examination, all are there in certain ways. So religions are like schools. What is the knowledge being taught in the schools? That is Sanatana Dharma. But name and form initially are necessary. Like when child starts walking, he needs support to walk. But once you learn what is the truth, then you don't need any name and form. Discard all names and forms. It's only so far. The religions help you with name and form, take you to certain place. And after that, you have to give up the name and form and continue. So I can almost say, where religions end, Sanatana Dharma begins, in the true essence. Where all religions have done what they had to do, Sanatana Dharma begins to do what it needs to do. When all these form, name, and religion is about duality, Swarga, Narga, Papa, Punya, name and form, all these things where it ends, that's where Sanatana Dharma starts. Which tells you there are no two, there is only one. The second is an illusion. Second does not exist. And second, if at all you think exists, it's an illusory existence because of the one who is standing in the center. Like because of one person, so many reflections form in the mirrors. If mirror is a good mirror with good fidelity, nice pure reflection. If mirror is an ugly mirror, you bought it from some roadside thing which is not properly polished, that coating is not good, then your distorted face will come, fat, round, long, tall. So these distortions are making you think there is another person in that mirror. Truth is, there is only one person in the center, that is Brahman. And all this Jagat which you see is a reflection of the same Brahman into different minds. The mirror is the mind is the mirror in which it's reflecting. So each mind sees the world differently. Likewise, each mind interprets Brahman differently. But Brahman has not changed because your mind is different. Your mind is a problem. Why? Because you have been thinking Manomulam idam Jagat. That mind is pure mind, a Sattva Buddhi will see Brahman as it is. A Rajas Buddhi will distort it. Tamas Buddhi probably will not even see because there is no proper finishing and no coating. It can't reflect, the surface is not reflective. So it cannot even see. It's dark. So this is all that thing is. The religions are all much later. Originally when the rishis started learning the truths of life and they said it out as these Vedas. In Vedas also, they named these things. Who gave them the names? This should be called Indra, that should be called Varuna, this should be called Vayu. Who gave them those names? All spontaneously. Each mind looks at Brahman through its own definition, and colored Brahman is because of the color of the mind. Like sun rays, Brahman is pure. We think of it in different ways, as Jivatma, as Shiva, Ishvara, Vishnu. All these are our filters we have put. So to that extent only truth is. Beyond that it doesn't exist. So religion, spirituality have this connection and not beyond. So Shankaracharya was clever. He went through all the Upanishads and then he pulled out the main 10 on which he commented because he understood these are the purest. In this we are not simply introducing the concepts of other gods and goddesses and confusing people. So he picked up those and put them as the main Upanishads, 10. And like that there are more than 1080 Upanishads are there. And because people stopped reading things, so they went out of circulation. And earlier the only way was, you have to speak and the Shishya will repeat. But when people lost interest in all these things and rituals became more important because that's where money was, that's where you'll get employment, then people gave up the idea of Upanishads. Do rituals with the complete knowledge of why you are doing, what is the purpose. So some rituals, pujas are done, but with the clear idea that behind all the rituals, that same Brahman is being worshipped in so many ways. The beauty is being celebrated, the diversity is being celebrated, the variety is being celebrated, that's all. Life is a joy, life is a celebration. It should be maintained like that. Life is not some compulsion, life is not some punishment, life is not some mandatory rules and regulations. No. Life is a joy, it's a celebration. It should be treated that way. And how do you celebrate? Sanatana Dharma celebrates it. How? Everything is Brahman. Look at the variety, the beauty in every aspect of the creation. From ant to insect to birds and animals, the good and the bad, everything is Brahman. How wonderful. That's how the Sanatana Dharma, the one who believes in that, enjoys everything. Knowing everything is under the control of that great Brahman and a drama that is being created. Watch the scenes, sometimes suspense, sometimes sad, sometimes fight scenes. Then there is peace, then there are joyous celebrations, then there are sad songs, all kinds of things. Just look at the world from that point of view. Don't get too involved. But people go to movie theaters and get involved. If their favorite hero dies, take the gun and shoot the screen. Such people are fools. They are the ones who suffer in the world. People who have understood it's a movie and it's a drama, they don't suffer. They remain, they enjoy the whole movie, come out happy. Good entertainment, that's all they will say. At the end of their life, they'll say, I had a good entertaining life. I enjoyed my life, I celebrated my life, and I'm going back. The movie is over for me. So there's no fear of death, there's no fear or no desire to live, nor there is a fear of death. Both don't exist for these people who have understood the essence of Sanatana Dharma. Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya. They enjoy the Jagat while established in their Brahman consciousness. Like the audience enjoys the play, knowing well that that is a play, that is a movie, and nothing more. Nobody is dying over there, nobody is becoming rich, nobody is becoming poor. All this is illusion, and therefore they are happy as they are. You get the point? Now think about these things, very deep thoughts and very important thoughts. If you catch hold of these thoughts, whole life will be one cakewalk only. Otherwise, you will get stuck every here and there. It will become a quicksand. You just will get stuck. More and more you try in life to achieve things, the more you will get drawn into it. So just see it from distance, enjoy it, act but don't react. Be an actor on the stage. Don't get involved in the character so much that you forget who you truly are. To that extent only you should involve in the world.